Hey everyone, it's Army Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. We're gonna be trying our luck on the Conjuring event and trying to get Tideborn THETON or THETON Tideborn, whatever his name is. So, if we take a look at the probabilities, the chance to get THETON Tideborn is a 0.5%. That is 1/2 of 1%. You have a less chance to get Sir Weasel and King Darren II. So we'll see what happens with that. You can also get the previous season's monster as well. There's Ratio Sama at a 0.2, 0.6 if you want cells with full monster. And Griffania Iron Wings is there as well at a 0.2. That is 1/5 of 1% to get the monster. Now, in my personal opinion, you're always going to get a chance to get these monsters. The percentages might go down. I think they should personally go up. I don't know why SP is decreasing the percentage, but I think it should go up. So even if we don't get Griffania now, we'll probably have another chance the next month, and the month after that. And same with THETON Tideborn. I could be wrong and SP completely just gets rid of Griffania next month, but I don't think so. I think the Helium and the Empress Luthien, these monsters might eventually disappear. Or maybe they'll just go over to like a regular Conjuring. So we'll see what happens with that. But I do like that SP still has them on. I think they still need to introduce a way for players to get more cells. Funny enough, if you look at the dungeons, there are Ancestor Dungeon, and you're like, oh, nice, I can get some cells. But then you click on it, and there's no cells to be found. It's literally just to get an avatar in a frame. So that kind of sucks. That really sucks, actually. It's also to get one of the new relics. But again, I don't think it's worth it. There really needs to be a way to get the cells. And as of right now, the rank up Travel Dungeon, it's only Galactic rank up. So if SP doesn't introduce a way for players to get these new monster cells, there's no incentive to use them, there's no reason to use them, so SP really needs to do something about that. But that's another video to complain about. Again, we're gonna try to get the monster. I have 1,700 tickets right now, and if I scroll all the way to the right, if I scroll all the way to the left, you can buy tickets for money, you can buy tickets for gems. In my personal opinion, you should not be spending any money, you should not be spending any gems to try to get these Conjuring monsters. At the end of the day, it's just super RNG. You may get lucky, you may not get lucky. Even if you do get the monster, what are you really going to do with a level 100 monster? They don't get their best skills and traits and everything unless you rank them up. So there's zero value to wasting a ton of gems, to wasting a ton of money to get these monsters. Forget about it. Just do whatever you can, playing the game, getting tickets you can free via the game. If you get them, great. If you don't, you're not really missing out on much. Like, I'm kind of upset that I didn't get Griffania, but even if I did get Griffania at level 100, I wouldn't be able to use her, so not a big deal. So with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and summon and try to get them, or any of the other two monsters, I guess. And then we're going to do a review looking at the monster's skill sheet, since that is officially released. But with that being said, we're going to jump right into the 5 summons. It is the best value if you spend 400 tickets to get 5 summons. So I get to do 20 summons. So let's see what I get here. Alright, so I got the Inheritor, 100 cells of the monster. So the whole egg, Elgata, Elfira, Elfira, and Jazzy. Alright, 2 Elfiras. Let's claim on and let's try again. We're down to 1,300 tickets. So let's try our luck again. What are we getting this time? We got Helium, Mother Talica, Clutch, Iguanazar, and Mother Talica again. You'll notice these are all actually, all of these, right? Yeah, okay, so all these, so you can color code. I think, is it the Mythics are orange, and then we get into, I can't believe we're still doing Legendaries. Legendaries are purple. Alright, well, let's exit out and let's try again. So, got 2 more tries. Technically, I can pay 100 for 1 try, but I'm not going to do that. We always want to do the bank of 5. Alright, so I did get a Wormlad, a legendary monster, an Armor Claw, a Dork, a Clutch, and a Helium. Alright, and I'm down to 590 tickets. So again, I could technically do 6 summons, but I'm just going to do 5. I feel like I'm going to get lucky. In the past times I recorded a video, it's always that last bank of 5 that gave me a monster. So I think I'm going to get something good out of this. I don't know, could be a feeling, could be totally wrong. Let's see what happens. And I got Griffania Iron Wings. I told you. Well, I mean, it's just 20 cells, so I'm at 40 now. Again, it says 7,000. SP still hasn't removed the extra 7,000 they gave me accidentally. So, hey, I am 60 cells shy of being able to craft Grafania. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. But yeah, that's it. All that try. So, also, guys, I don't think it's worth it. Like, right now we have a race going on, right? If you do 60 laps, that's you get a bunch of tickets. I don't think it's worth investing a lot of resources in a race for a sucky monster just to get extra tickets. Because what does this even get you? An extra, like, 10 summons? Okay, so what? You saw how bad it is. So even though it sounds like, oh, cool, you can get all these tickets and get a chance to get the monsters, it's not worth it. All the resources and gems you spend, not worth it. You know, I did, like, 2 skips, which was, like, 450 gems, a few extra gems in speeding up, like, some hatches, some runes. And even then, I didn't participate that much in the race, and I probably spent, so, like, total 500, 520-ish maybe. For what? Like, 20 Grafania cells maybe? So, my personal opinion, not worth it. I think, unless the monsters really get in the race, there's no reason to race, honestly. The tickets aren't worth it. But, that's just my take on it. Now, let's review the monster. THETON Tideborn is a water and magic controller with cooldown activation and random control skills. Evolving trait. So, he has Bulwark at rank 0, Res Block at rank 3, that is great. Any revival monster gets released in the future is going to have a hard time if you have this monster at rank 3. Uriel's the obvious one right now, but even his usage isn't that high anymore. At rank 5, life regen at the start of the battle to everyone. You don't really need that. At rank 3 is really where you want him. You have that Bulwark already, and then that Res Block. His virtues are Anticipation and True Vision. Remember, virtues are activated once your monster becomes awakened, which there's certain conditions that you need to do for the awakening to trigger. Which I think for this monster, like, enemies need to be controlled or something. There's his stats. This monster can hold a... Oh, he's water and magic. He can hold a staff and a trap. And skills-wise, low water damage and freeze. So, spammable freeze skill. Low water damage and stun. Spammable stun. Low magic damage and possession. Low water damage and fear. So, this monster literally has freeze, stun, possession, and fear. The freeze and the stun are spammable, assuming you have the stamina. The possession is 1 cooldown, and the fear is 2 turn cooldown. Fear is that control skill, or that control effect, that has a 50% chance to reapply. You can do it up to twice. Calm C heals allies by 30% and life regen. So immediate heal, that can help against dots. And then the life regen obviously also helps continuously against dots. Magic Pearls deals low magic damage to enemies, applies a random control status effect to all enemies. So if all the enemies are like trait disabled, because obviously there's dodge area, there are Megaton monsters, so if you can deal with that, then you can random control everyone. Maybe it'll become more relevant in the future of the game. We'll see. Definitely more useful for wars, where you can definitely manipulate the team to do whatever you need to do, as opposed to PvP, where it's like you'll randomly run into opponents. But you also kind of have a good idea of what the meta monsters are and who's popular on defense. Abyssal Stream deals moderate water damage, removes evasion from one enemy, disables anticipation. So this is evasion removal specifically, and disabling anticipation. Now, the obvious monster that comes to mind where disabling anticipation is useful is Galvanus. But you gotta keep in mind, like, let's say you're facing an Elvira Galvanus team. Even if you remove evasion and disable anticipation, guess what? Galvanus is gonna do Enlightenment and cleanse that negative effect and give his whole team Anticipation Status Caster. Or, sorry, positive effect. So, I'm iffy on this. Again, like, SP, it looks to me like they're not going to do trait disable anymore. Now they're doing, like, specific disables. Same with, like, cleanse. It's not removes positive effects from the enemy. Now it's, like, removes evasion specifically. And then disables the anticipation. I guess it could help against the other anticipation monsters, but... Man, I don't know. Aquamarine Essence deals low magic damage, activates cooldown. So we also have CDA. Abyss Torrent. Alright, this is a tier 4 skill. You'll get this once you rank up, which is why I also said, like, if you get this monster at rank 100, or at level 100, okay, cool, but you still don't have access to the best skills. And you're gonna have to rank the monster up to get access to the better skills. So it deals moderate water damage, removes evasion from everyone, and fear to all enemies. So this would be useful if you're facing an Elvira comp. If it's Elvira, say, Cherub Cupid, and some other monster that's not Megatons, just some other monster, you can get rid of evasions, Elvira's evasion, and then you can apply fear. Now, again, if you're taking on Elvira and you're taking on Cherub Cupid, they have Bulwark, so landing that fear may or may not happen as well, so just things to keep in mind. Infinite Pearls deals moderate magic damage to one enemy, random mega control status effect to one, and then a random control to all. That is amazing. You definitely want to get the monster to where you have the Infinite Pearl skills. So single target random control and then random deny to everyone else. I love it. Regenerative waves heals by 50% life regen and stamina regen. I mean, this is a way, way, way better skill than your 30% heal Calm C. Calm C has a 1 turn cooldown, 38 stamina cost. This skill is a 0 stamina cost and a 3 turn cooldown. So the cooldown is high, but at no stamina cost. Instead of recharging, you can just do this. Your whole team heals by 50%. Your whole team gets life regen and stamina regen. And then you have Eternal Aquamarine, deals moderate magic damage, disables anticipation, activates all cooldowns on all enemies. So single target anticipation disable, and then CD8 across the board. I think this monster would be more interesting if it was disables anticipation, gives 1 extra turn to itself, right? Because then you could disable anticipation and then go on to deny or something. That would have been significantly better as a tier 4 skill, but it is what it is. And then Tides of Death, heavy water damage to enemies, removes positive effects from enemies, applies random control. Perfect removed. That's crazy. That's crazy because they're going to have like 3 negative effects or more. And then 3 turn death countdown. Okay. So the monster's the monster. Like, I'm conflicted with these ancestor monsters. Like, could they be very powerful? Yeah, of course. The stats really help out. But I think between this monster, even though it has Denial and Griffania, I'd prefer Griffania. I think an attacker just makes a lot more sense and is actually a lot more powerful than this monster that honestly gets stumped by a Megaton monster. King Atom? Oh no, can't bypass that. You need a trade disable on your side. But yeah, the rest block is cool and all, but again, to actually get him to rank him up, that is going to be difficult. I do love the virtue, right? The anticipation virtue. Honestly, I'd probably just make this monster anticipation and then just leave him there. But yeah, that's a little quick monster review based on his skill sheet. Let me know what you guys think about him in the comments below. Let me know if you already got lucky with him. Maybe you already got him on your first try. Any thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.